Okay, so I want to review how you should use Vericle to manage your no-shows. And the first thing I want to do is start on the schedule screen and show you that obviously these people that are red did not show up today so far, so they've missed their appointments. So what I can do is just easily click on their name and click on their name again here. That is going to do is bring up that patient's information. This patient here, if you look over to the top left hand side, it brings up their basic information. Without having to go into the patient account and seeing their detailed information, I can see their phone number. From there I can click here and put in the cancellation reason. And you can just hit enter here. Immediately you can see that the color changes from a red to like a purple blue color. That color change can be configured underneath this configure tab. So you can change it depending on your appointment type colors and things like that. You might want to have a different color change. Right. So as patients are missing appointments, they should be called as they're missing appointments during the shift, if you can. If not, obviously you can do it at the end of the shift. Now at the end of every shift, as far as managing the no-shows, should go to the other end of day tab, and on this report it'll automatically default to the no-show report, which is the one we want to look at, and you can see this defaults on the bottom of the screen to the date range of just today. So we're looking at the no-shows for just today so far, and you can see the reason I put in on the schedule here for this patient that missed. And obviously at the end of the day you want to have all of the reasons why. Now the idea here is to reschedule those visits. So as patients are missing appointments and you're trying to reschedule them and keep them on track, you should actually go into that visit and reschedule it if you're able to contact that patient. And here's why. So let's say I just want to see the no-show report since the 25th. What I can now see is that if I click on the patient's name, I can see how many times each patient has missed, or which visits each patient has missed between those two dates. So the idea here is if I rescheduled these visits to future dates, they wouldn't be on this no-show report anymore. In other words, let me say it one more way. If I'm on this schedule, rather than calling this patient and just putting the reason in, I actually got a hold of this patient, I would take this patient's visit, click the little green arrow, and change the date. Let's say tomorrow. Let's say I'll put the patient here and I'll make the appointment. Now I moved that appointment from the one they missed today up a day. If I go back to the report I was looking at, you'll see, sorry, this one's at the bottom now. You'll see today's visit that was missed before. Now if I do another sort, or I can filter if I'm looking for that specific patient, now I can see that visit is gone. So on a daily basis, you should be trying to reschedule all the missed appointments for today for a future date, and that way they're actually making up that appointment. And then I would say on a weekly or bi-weekly basis, you'll want to go and change the date range and find all the missed appointments and reschedule them for future visits. And that way you're using a working list of missed appointments. Now, if you have an example like this where you actually have, let me go back even further to the beginning of July. You have one patient that is missed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 visits here. It may be a good idea, and it may be likely that you see the same reason over and over again, or no answer over and over again over here. It might be that this patient is just ready to be deactivated. In that case, what I would do is go into that patient account and deactivate them and remove all future appointments. So I'll go to patient account, and I will discharge them. I'll put the discharge date here. So today is the 4th, 2008, and I'll just put no show in here for demonstration purposes, but you can you can put any reason you want in there, and then I would hit save on the top left side. Alright, now that patient is inactive. Alright, and then I would also go to here, patient appointments, and going forward, I see this is the appointment I just rescheduled, but I'm going to select this box, I'm sorry, not this box, this box, and that will delete all future appointments for this patient. Alright, and then I would hit save. Alright, so now that patient has no more future appointments, so obviously they will not miss any appointments going forward. And that's the way you should really manage your no-show report list. You can either reschedule visits using it as a running list, or deactivate patients so they don't show up on that list anymore. Later on, what you can do is run an inactive list and maybe do reactivation news letters, or reactivation newsletters, reactivation email, phone calls, or any kind of campaign you want to do. But this way you're not recalling the same patients over and over again that are never going to come in. Anytime you're keeping patients that have recommended care plan accountable to all those visits and rescheduling every single missed appointment. The other option here is to, from the scheduler, if a patient you know is missing on a regular basis, maybe you want to, the next time they check in, you want to stop them quickly to have a reevaluation. So I would go in here, choose quick stop, and just say patient has been missing appointments. Exam today. Okay, if you save that, that quick stop will pop up every single time this patient comes in until you remove it.